All right, today we're going to do you a Sunnen hone. This one is a vertical type hone, basically used for engine blocks, cylinders. It's called the cylinder hone, Cylinder King. It's actually a model CV 616. So just a couple of things about it. You've got this front splash guard that you can move down out of your way to either this position or all the way down to the bottom. And then inside here you have your work area. This is where if you were going to do an engine block, the engine block would get mounted in there on this bottom bar. You have the ability to swivel this cradle into these different notches here, and they are designed for like a V8 engine and whatnot. You also can move your head to do each particular cylinder, left to right. And then, of course, over here you have a crank that brings the whole thing up and down, the cradle up and down. So this machine is wired for 440. This is a nice little guard somebody has on here. This is your spindle or drive for the different types of tooling. This actually has this one type of tooling. This is the P28 series. So you've got a stone here, you've got one stone, you got two guides, and this will expand down inside of your bore. You've got a series of holes here that go up into here, and there's a set screw that you back out. This goes up into there. You've got a octagon or hexagon key in the center that has to line up with the key in the center of this one. Now this is like a basic honing head. This has an adapter here to accept this type of honing head. This is the same type of honing mandrel you would have on a regular horizontal type Sunnen hone. Normally the Cylinder King or the CVs have a CV type honing head, which is like a forged stone, kind of a boxy looking thing that is made for grinding, honing cylinders. So you got the catalogs to pick stuff like that out with. All right, so this is the grinding head. Obviously this is going to have lots of different belts and stuff up there for you to set different speeds and strokes. This is your control of your size. As you turn this thing in this direction, you will be expanding your stones. So the idea is to have your stone in there, have your engine block or your cylinder, whatever you're going to hone, securely clamped in there. This looks like they had some kind of something clamped here. And then you want to come down with this manually, have this running, and start to bring this in until you just start to touch the sidewalls or just start to the stones touch. Then you have to know how much you want to take off, and then you set this bottom dial, this being 0 here. Each line is a thousandths, so let's say that's a 5 thousandths. So as this thing feeds, it's going to go down, click, 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 all the way down to 0. And when it gets to 0, it's going to shut off. All right, so then you got to back it up and take your part out, check it. If you need to take a little bit more material, you have to make a little adjustment here, and so on. So basically to start this, you're going to push this in, and then you're going to pull it out. And as I pull that out, this starts to feed. And you can just imagine that we had our whatever type of mandrel or honing head we had. When we get to 0 here, it shuts off. That's the basic way that it works. So now you've got to disengage. You've got to back your thing back to your stock removal for your next piece, or if you need to take another 5 thousandths, go ahead and start that, push it in, and then pull it out. Now over here, you have the ability to have a dwell. Each time I press this button, it will stay at the bottom of the stroke. Now it just reached 0. The reason why you want it to stay at the, if you're honing a cylinder, a lot of times the piston doesn't get down to the, the full bottom of that cylinder, so there'll be more material there than in, say, the middle or top of the cylinder wall. So they've come up with this where you can have it stay at the bottom, and you can actually have it stay at the bottom continuously. Until you feel it's caught up, and then you can go back to the regular type of honing. So if you manually, okay, we reached 0. So come off of the 0, start it. Right now there's no dwell. If I want to dwell, I hit the button. It dwells just the one time. Each time I hit the button, it'll stay at the bottom of the cylinder. If you wanted to do it continuously, and you have it on continuous here. See how it dwells a little bit at the bottom. And this is rotating. This will be rotating your tool. And that's it. That's the Sunnen hone. Hope you enjoyed that little video. Thank you very much.